Nothing,
Oh my gosh.
I think, more satisfying than being able to grow your own food. This is a very cool patio blueberry bush live plant. It is a perennial, so it'll get better year after year after year. All this is brand new. All of this has at least 3 easy pays. If you need a little bit more help with your budget, use your QVC credit card. That'll be 5 easy pays at about $6, so that'll work for you. Brand new, Carolyn, this blueberry bush is very cool.
So what makes this blueberry bush different and more special, because that's what everything is in my collection, Girl Next Door. I love this one because, first of all, it's the most cold hardy blueberry out there. Hands down. This can survive in -40.
Wow.
All the way down to Atlanta.
Okay.
So, I mean, seriously, for most people, zone 3 to 8, I don't even think there's a zone 3 in the United States. Isn't that like Canada?
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you can put these in a pot, even if you're zone 4, and they're going to be absolutely fine. So, yes, these grow in a pot because they are what we call the medium-sized Goldilocks size blueberries. Some blueberry shrubs get huge, other ones are kind of dinky and you don't get much fruit. These are a really nice medium size. They're going to get about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, so they're going to do great in a pot. So Pat, as you know, blueberry bushes give you tons of white flowers in the spring, and every one of those little white flowers turns into a blueberry. And they're so delicious. Juicy, tasty blueberries. You'll get them this summer. And typically your blueberry bush will then, every summer, midsummer, give you all this great fruit. And then in the fall, as you saw in some of the pictures, the foliage turns red. It's absolutely
That's what I was going to ask you. The foliage, so it arrived, supplied blueberries for weeks on end,
and they're so
and
good.
then look at the right side of your screen, then it turns to that gorgeous fall colors. Wow.
So blueberries need, sorry, I'm eating a blueberry. They're so good.
I know, they are so good.
I said, can we do a blueberry parfait? Because I love those for breakfast. We have muffins out here and all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
Great in a salad. And
really good.
Really high antioxidant.
Yes.
They're a really good fruit for you health-wise to eat.
And it's okay to give your dogs blueberries.
Yes, as long as they don't eat too many.
Yeah, otherwise they'll get upset belly.
My cats like fruit. How weird are they? Yeah, but these are okay if you drop a few on the floor and your dog scarfs them up. No problem.
You don't have to kill yourself to try and get there. If they eat one, it's not bad.
Here's a big tip about blueberries. And if you've tried to grow a blueberry plant without success in the past, it's probably because you didn't have enough acid in the soil. Blueberries need a high acidic soil, just like your azaleas or your blue hydrangeas. And Roberta's just got in their acid booster plant food. Which, Eric, do we know a number on this? Because I wrote down the number and it went to one of Philip Watson's plants that are sold out, so that wasn't the right number. But anyway, you can look this up. You can look. It's brand new.
Yeah.
So you can look it up on .com. It's called Roberta's Acid Booster. You use this instead of Bounty for things like the blueberry plant. If you're planting azaleas, if you want your hydrangeas to turn blue, that's what you need, the acid booster floor. And that way your blueberries will perform like crazy. Now, these will also grow for all of you folks in North and South Carolina. These will grow in pine straw.
Is this where your mom and dad live?
They do, and their whole yard is pine straw in the backyard. So, Mom, if you're watching, I know you are. These will grow in pine straw, but you don't want to plant them right under your pines because they can't grow in total shade.
Right.
And it's hard to grow things right under a pine tree, but if you want to plant these adjacent to your pine area, they love that type of environment. Cool. So you can put them in your pine straw. Birds love these. You have to run out and get your blueberries before the birds eat them all. Also, rabbits will eat your blueberries, just saying. So if you actually like looking out the window and seeing those cute little cottontails, they will be coming around trying to get your blueberries too. So just be sure you get out there and pick them. You're going to get a ton of berries, so there's enough to go around.
If you put them in the container, maybe if you put them closer to the house, that will help a little bit. Erin, did you say 200? Already over 200.
This is a great blueberry plant.
And you know what? I think it would be lonely all by itself. So maybe if you can swing that second one, it might be really nice. Now, talk to me about soil, sun,
so full sun. Part sun's okay, but again, just like we talked about with the roses, if you have a plant that loves full sun, it's going to get to its biggest potential in a sunny area. So, and by full sun, I mean 4 to 6 hours of sun a day. Okay, so it doesn't have to be 24 hours of sun or 12 hours of 8 hours, whatever it is.
We all know what you meant.
But it needs a few hours of sun a day. Don't put it in like a totally shady area. Also, again, remember, you need acidic soil. So how you can guarantee that your soil has enough acid is to get the acid booster.
Yes.
Because when you put this in the plant, like plant food, you actually water it into the plant. It will then transfer into the soil, and your soil will then will get the
Have the proper balance,
the
pH
proper balance. So that's a low pH. That means high acid, if you want to get technical about it. But your blueberries will do really well. So again, you'll get white flowers in the spring, you'll get berries in the summer, and then you'll get gorgeous
great
red
plant.
foliage in the fall.
If you want to learn more about your soil and you live near a community college, many times if they have a program there, and many of them do have adult education programs, because you know, you and I both have taken them, and I'm sure you have at home, they many times will test your soil for you, or you can get a soil testing kit, I'm sure, somewhere online.
And they're
if
big,
you're worried about that.
Seriously, big, fat, yummy,
Yeah.
delicious blueberries.
There is nothing like being able to walk out on your deck or out on your patio and pick a handful of blueberries. If you've got kids that won't eat fruit, somehow I think when you introduce them to growing their own tomatoes, growing their own blueberries, I mean, it's a whole different experience, and it tastes differently.
Yeah, and this is what you get. Did we even show this? It's
I know,
giant.
that's
I thought it was like one of the other plant samples. This is what you get out of the box. Look at this big plant already.
You know what else is nice about this, Carolyn? Because if you gave me this big plant, I wouldn't be able to dig a hole large enough. That's doable, to be able to dig the hole.
And it won't take
for
long to get into that, to turn into that. So like next year, you're gonna have a big blueberry plant, but this one will give you blueberries this summer. So first, when you first plant it, you're gonna see the little red flower, or the little white flowers pop out. And you can already see, I don't know if, this is kind of what happens.
Allie, yeah.
Thanks, Allie. So was a white flower, and now it's turning into a blueberry, and the blueberry eventually will
Because they're
turn
green
blue,
first, yeah.
and then it's ready to pick. With any fruit and vegetable plant, last tip, pick the stuff, because if you just let it sit there and the birds don't eat it or don't get to it in time, it'll stop producing fruit.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you do that with, you know, your tomatoes and, you know, all the fruits and vegetables that you're growing. Enjoy them. They're meant to be eaten.
Exactly. And if you, I mean, share with the neighborhood. That's the beauty of it.